here's a second more thing. Yes, I go back through and watch what I've recorded and realize that I misspoke and said Nikki Haley was playing the gender game. Of course, she does to a certain extent because she's a woman, but I meant the race game when she said she was brown. So now all of you that have already commented that I misspoke, you can feel dumb because you didn't wait till the end of the video to comment because you wanted to catch me on saying the wrong thing. Yeah, now you know why I'm so frustrated making videos anymore. So we'll see how long this channel actually lasts. So here's your one more thing. First of all, push on the Grumpy Farmer Apparel link and get your Grumpy Farmer apparel, your hats, sweatshirts, whatever. Get your Are You Getting It Yet shirts. And when somebody asks you what it means, fucking tell them what it means. Because if they don't know what it means, they obviously aren't getting it yet. But anyways, talking about the censorship bullshit and how we the people will never happen. You know, I follow hunting channels here on YouTube, and I follow some on Instagram and whatnot. And today's society is just, it's mind-numbing. Like, somebody on Instagram will put up a short 30-second video of them bow hunting, and they'll show the deer coming, and they'll show them, you know, releasing the arrow and whatnot. And what are 8 out of the first 10 comments? Oh, that was a shitty shot. I wouldn't have taken that shot, you know. Oh, that was a horrible angle. You didn't show the deer, you recovering the deer because you probably never did, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's the society we live in, you know. So we, the people, got a long ways to go before that ever happens because they've got us fighting amongst each other. And that's not even bringing in the whole race and gender thing that, you know, 93% of us should be you know, saying it's okay. You can be mentally ill and decide at 12 to, you know, be something you're not. Play make-believe and whatnot. And then, of course, we throw in the gender shit, too. Did you see Nikki Haley's? Yeah, she's playing the gender game now, too, because she grew up with brown skin. Yep, being of Indian, Native American descent. Yep, she threw in the brown skin. Wow. Anything to get elected, Nikki. Meanwhile, you know, you let China into South Carolina to buy land, you know, not too far away from military bases. Of course, that's happening everywhere, as it seems, and whatnot. But it's mind-numbing. There was another comment on Andy Horrigan's there that jumped on the whole thing about, you know, the price of parts and shit for everything, you know, and the person's comment was short. It just said tax write-off. Really? I mean, I'm used to people hating farmers. I don't get it, but whatever, you know, fucking starve. Like I said in a previous video, all white men should take 2 weeks off and let's watch this country crumble because, you know, we're the problem. White males, you know, we do nothing in this country. But tax write-off. I'm thinking to myself, so you're telling Andy Horrigan, shut up, pay the $300 or whatever it was for a pin because it's a tax write-off? All right, quick education, dumb fuck. So it's not just farming, it's any business. What I sell, which, you know, we're not dairy anymore, so it's just crops. So what I sell, my corn and beans at the end of the year, that's my gross income. Okay, then what I pay to produce those corn and beans are my expenses. So here, just for simple math, you know, for simple people, let's say you sell $100,000 of a product. Doesn't matter if it's agriculture, whatever business it is. That's your gross income. If it cost you $75,000 to produce that product that you sold for $100,000, your net income, your net revenue was $25,000. There's no tax write-off there. That's just what your expenses were. So here in agriculture, our expenses are our fertilizer, our seed, our fuel, our parts, all that are expenses. So again, if you sell $100,000 of something and your expenses were $75,000, your net income was $25,000. If you sold $100,000 worth of something, you're making fucking brooms. You sold $100,000 worth of brooms. It was a bad year. Your costs were up dramatically, but it cost you $110,000 to produce that $100,000 worth of brooms. Guess what? Your net income was a minus $10,000 at the end of the year. There's no tax write-off to that. But I don't know, folks. This is why it's getting more and more frustrating to make videos. This is why you haven't seen very many videos from me lately, because it's fucking mind-numbing how stupid of a society we've gotten to be, and how we're doing exactly what they want us to do, which is fight amongst each other, whether it has to do with race, gender, whatever. Securing our fucking border from Alibaba Boo Boo there, you'll know who I am shortly. So anyways, February 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern, Jim and I will sit here and drink 3 or 4 beers, and we'll bitch about all this again, and I don't know, I'll make another fucking video when I make one. So, good Wednesday morning from the shop. I haven't used that much. I should say that much, because we just ain't getting that much snow. So, we got some snow on the ground now, but it's going to be in the 40s today, tomorrow. Rain today, upper 40s, near 50 on Friday with rain, so what snow we have will be gone. But anyways, where are we, folks? I mean, first off, Friday, February 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern, Jimmy and I will be doing our next live stream. But I'm sure by now you all have seen how the Supreme Court ruled 5-4 to basically allow the invasion to continue. Yeah, and I'll get into the censorship stuff I want to talk about here shortly, but because I think that's, well, you will have seen the title of the video, obviously, by now, but I think I'm going to title it ScrewTube Censorship. But anyways, sure you've also all seen the how the court ruled, or how the court decided that, yes, the Biden administration basically colluded with big tech, with, social media during the election to shut people down, and during the old hokey pokey to shut people down. So apparently our Constitution means nothing anymore. You're trying to take away our Second Amendment, our right to bear arms. The First Amendment, freedom of speech, doesn't mean fucking shit anymore. And apparently the 10th Amendment now, where states have the right to protect their borders, means nothing now. And the federal government is not supposed to interfere with states, according to the 10th Amendment. But yeah, and I'm probably going to piss some of you women off. Although if you follow me, you're probably not a suburban housewife. But apparently Amy Coney Barrett, who Trump appointed, is just another suburban housewife who votes with her emotions. Because now the Federal Border Patrol is allowed to come in and cut down the razor wire and all that Texas put up to try and keep the 10 to 11,000 a day illegal immigrants that are, invading this country. Nope, can't do that. So wrap your head around that. The Biden administration sued Texas, and it went to the Supreme Court to try and get a state to stop protecting their border from the invasion that's happening in this country. Wrap your mind around that. So in other words, they want the fucking invasion that's happening in this country. But yet then you got these Democrat, mayors and governors that are, hey, too many now, because Abbott's saying, well, fuck you, we can't take them all, we're shipping them up to you, sanctuary people. I mean, wrap your head around that, folks. The millions upon millions that have come into this country. Now, I don't know if you all seen, and I should have kept it on my phone so I could give you the exact name, but I can't remember his name now. But There was a reporter down at the border, I think it was in Texas, that was, interviewing migrants. And there was one of Middle Eastern descent, we'll just leave it at that, who said to the reporter, "You may not know my name now, but you will know who I am shortly." Wow. Okay. And it turns out that he is, one of these jihadists that had been in prison for terrorism and has now been released and has now come across our southern border into this country. You may not know my name now, but you will shortly. Are you fucking getting it yet? I mean, wow. And people keep, and I've said this before, shit ain't gonna stop until we the people. Well, we the people ain't never gonna happen neither, because, and here's where I'm getting into the censorship part about this with ScrewTube. We have community guidelines. This is all what the government and the elites wanted. They want the infighting amongst us, we the people, so that we never become we the people. Example, Andy Horrigan put up a video, I don't know, 2-3 days ago about the costs of shit. Okay, he was talking about the 3-point hitch, the quick hitches on the back of these tractors. All right, so for you non-farmers, the ones that I have are on the 2 big tractors that are in storage, so I can't really show you them because I'm not going to, take my curtain apart and go back there. But this is the 2-point hitch arms. It's called 3-point hitch arms because there's a center link too, but that's not on this tractor because I have no use for it on the tractor. So I take it off so that I don't smash my head against it when I'm hooking up hydraulic hoses. But there's a quick hitch that goes on these so that you don't have to line the pins up with the holes. You can just, pick up your implement. I'll try and show you in the spring. But anyways, he was talking about the pins that go through these holes and whatnot. How they were like $200 a piece. Ridiculous price. Actually, do I have one sitting on a shelf over here? Or have something similar to it? Bear with me. Yeah, actually I got something similar to it. Similar to that pin right there. Similar to that pin right there. Those are for 2 different, that would be like the top link. This would be like for going through that 2-point hitch arms there. Anyways, he was talking about the cost of that. They're $200-300 for these pins. The quick hitch itself, I think what he said was like $4,500. I mean, it's just, the price of parts right now are fucking ridiculous. So Ed Blotchett, you're watching, I'm sure. He made a comment on there, thanking Andy about, oh, my pant leg is rolled up. Thanking Andy about, talking about the cost of parts and shit like that. And I told him, I said, yeah, I just ordered a new spray nozzle for gotta get Chelsea's bike tire fixed sometime, for the pressure washer, because this is the one that I'd been using for years. Hell, the plastic on the outside's gone. It's been knocked around enough times. So I ordered a new one of these because I thought, well, if the hole is wore out, because Chattercat, which you'll see in the comments, which is Keith Fox in Illinois, he told me, he goes, buy a new nozzle, because if the end is wore out, that might be affecting your pressure, because you all saw last fall when we were cleaning equipment, I shit canned that one and picked a different one to try and get more pressure and whatnot. So I did, and actually the parts delivery guy's still driving around with it, because every time he stopped, my door has been locked. I told him, just bring it to the house. Anyways, $22 for that. Let me go back and pull that out again. $22 for that little fucker. Yeah, $22 for that. $22. I mean, it's crazy what shit costs. So I mentioned that in the comments back to Ed on Andy's. Then, of course, there was some guy named Farmer Bill, I called him Gardener Bill, obviously, who went on some little rant about, well, you know, make your own parts, store them on a shelf, then ship them to a dealer. This is why things cost so much, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you know, if y'all remember back in the spring when we put that big metal U-shaped bearing holder on the 1590 drill that broke the year before when we were planting beans, and I had like 20 acres left, so I nursed it through. I ordered the thing like the first week of June. It came in August, 2 months later. So what would have happened if it had broke when we first started drilling beans? Yeah, okay. All of you that are farmers, and it's not just agriculture, no. You order something, it takes forever to get it anymore. They're not just stocking everything on a shelf, okay? They're not stocking those metal lines for that loader cylinder right there on a shelf. We used to have, and I put this in my comment, a John Deere warehouse here in Syracuse, which is half an hour away from me. Andy Horgan's like a little less than a half an hour away from me, where if you broke something on a weekend, you could get a hold of your dealer, and if they didn't have it, you know, their after hours person could call this, and somebody would go into that warehouse, find the part, put it out by the gate with your name on it, and you could drive to Syracuse. You know, you're combining. It's 5 o'clock on a Saturday or 3 o'clock on a Sunday. You could still get what you needed. You blew a belt, whatever, you know, and keep going. Today, no, it don't work that way anymore. Today, that warehouse is shut down. So I did another comment back to Gardener Bill, as I called him, about that. And I think I put in there genius and I didn't swear or anything. But of course, that comment didn't show up because YouTube censorship. Because we need to all abide by community guidelines and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Because that's what our fucking government and the elites want, is a bunch of sheep. So, because we can't hurt anyone's feelings today. That's why the suburban housewives didn't vote for Trump, because his mean tweets. It was terrible. I mean, holy fuck, folks. And meanwhile, Alibaba Boo Boo is crossing our fucking border telling us, you may not know me now, but you'll know me shortly. Holy fuck, folks. And supposedly 81 million people voted for this? Yeah. Are you getting it yet? You know, maybe the saying should change to, are you fucking scared yet? Because holy shit, what's the best way to dismantle a country? From within. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. I mean, I don't get it, folks. I really don't fucking get how people can't wake up to, again, what's right in front of your fucking eyes. It's right in front of your fucking eyes. And if you are a suburban housewife and I just hurt your feelings, I don't give a fuck. Leave. Because you know what? We need to go back to start to go back to hurting some fucking feelings again and waking people up. Because people are so fucking asleep. You may not know me now, but you will know me shortly. Oh yeah. Hey, cut that razor wire. Let him in. Yep. Yeah. Oh, his buddies? Yeah, let them in too. Yep. Fuck, why don't we just give them weapons while they come in? I mean, oh, wow, folks. I mean, what else is there to say?